Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be messages for Cancer in the month of September 2018. Hello, Cancer. How are you doing? I'm singing to you guys, so I wonder what that means. I normally sing to Pisces, but look at you guys. You got the red carpet treatment. I'm kidding. If you're a first-time viewer, hello and welcome. If you're a returning viewer, well, hello and welcome to you as well. Everybody is welcome here. I love you all. Anybody who wants to click here and tolerate me, amazing. Cancer, I shuffled off camera for your main spread. You see that there. I'm going to shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all of that is out and all cards are facing up, I will begin the reading. You can check for the timestamp for that in the description box below if you want to go ahead and get right to it. Also, in the description box below is information on how to get a personal reading with me. If you are so inclined and if you are so interested, the steps are very simple. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think it's 4 steps. That's pretty good. 4 steps. That's like less than what it takes to bake a cake. Anyway, so let me go ahead and get your outcome. For Cancer, September 2018, please. Nice. And again, the bottom of the deck is the overall energy for the month. So we're going to flip all these over. See what's shaking. Bacon. Look at all these people. What is going on? People galore. Alright. Let's see. Excuse me. Where's Cancer for September, please? Please show me Cancer in the month of September. There? Okay. Alright, Cancer, you come in as the Princess of Pentacles. Why am I talking weird? Why am I singing to you? I don't know. And anyway. Princess of Pentacles, aka in other decks, the Page of Pentacles. Well, aren't you a beauty? She's pretty cute, right? She's looking like a model, looking like she could be on the cover of a magazine, right? But I think you are feeling pretty. Cancer, you might be feeling like kind of feeling yourself. Who said that? I'm feeling myself. I can't remember who sang a song, that song, or a song similar to that. But I think you're feeling like awareness. Okay, thank you. Like you're having a certain awareness about yourself. Maybe you're having an awakening of sorts, or you're trying to, in some cases, maybe like reclaim an innocence or reclaim your status in a certain way. I get that this princess is a little, thank you, as the kids would say, she's having a glow up, right? Glow up. So I think some of you might be going through a little bit of a transformation, or you're getting back to a certain feeling about yourself. You're feeling more confident, you're feeling more sexy, more vivacious, you're feeling more stunning, you're feeling more attractive, you're feeling, in some cases, smarter or more witty and intelligent. You're just, whatever it is that has been lacking previously, like I said, you're getting a glow up, you're getting a makeover, or you're getting back to feeling that way. Maybe you felt that way previously, and now you're kind of rediscovering yourself. Thank you, rediscovering yourself, right? Because all of the princesses, aka pages, they're messengers. They go on journeys, and they, move from one place to another, point A to point B to point C, and all that stuff. And along the way, as they journey, they learn, right? They're all students. Pages are students. And I'm saying pages because I'm referring to their traditional interpretation, but princesses is the same thing. So princesses are learning. They're on journeys. They're students of the world, right? And this particular student is concerned with pentacles, right? So you're a water sign, but the earth signs dealing with pentacles would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Might be someone in your realm who is of that zodiac sign of significance, but I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling more this is your energy. Because of course I asked, where's Cancer? And this is where you are. So you're concerned with your earthly realm. Or, and this is not how I normally will state this in my videos, but they're making me state it now. There might be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn that you're sort of learning from. And so an actual person who is one of those zodiac signs, or you're learning from the archetype of a Taurus, of a Virgo, or of a Capricorn. Now let's unpack that really quickly as I can. So if you're looking at the archetypes of one of the earth signs, what does that mean? If it's a Taurus, so that's a person that like loves all of the finer things in life, is known to be sort of living or wanting to live in the lap of luxury. They love great food, they love fashion, they love, not really celebrity for the sake of fame, but they love celebrity in the sense of like creature comforts, like beautiful homes, things like that. They're also very loving. They're also in touch with their sensual side. They love a good roll in the hay, right? And they're, from what I've heard, I've never had one. Oh my God, I just revealed a lot about myself. But from what I've heard, they know what they're doing when it comes to that, okay? If you're learning from or looking at the archetype of a Virgo, you're looking at someone who is very studious. You're looking at someone who's very pristine and calculated, very detail-oriented, very giving, like almost to the point of martyrdom. Not like a Pisces, but pretty dang close. Virgos are known to be virginal in the sense of they play innocent, but they're really not innocent. Like they're kind of like a dirty virgin if we're talking like in a sexual or romantic way. So they play really coy and quiet, like, ooh, tee hee hee hee, but behind closed doors, they know what the hell is going on. They're a full-grown adult. They've had experience in this world. If we're talking about Capricorn, the archetype of the Capricorn, then we're talking about someone who's really good with their money, like very good with their money, like insanely good with their money. Like, I'm sorry. But more than just good with their money. This is a person who is like out there working, not for the sake of working. They work for the sake of ascension. They want to accrue to level up. This person is about ascertaining power through work. Like, work equals power. If I work hard, I will be more powerful. And not powerful in the sense of like, I want to lord it over someone else. It's powerful in the sense of independent. Powerful in the sense of I will be able to call the shots and I will do it in a pragmatic way. In terms of love and relationships, not so much a priority. Like, Taurus would be the one to prioritize that or make that like a regular part of their lifestyle. A Capricorn is like, a partner would be nice so long as they, fall into my protocol. So, okay, so those are the archetypes. So, going back to why we said this, you are wanting to be more like one of those signs, or in general, more like an earth sign, if it's like cumulative. So you want to think more about your money. You want to have your wits about you when it comes to your business and your finances and your career, okay? You want to be sensual and sexy, but you don't want to, be crazy and make it like the end all be all of your life. And you also want to have notoriety or stature and status in society, going back to the Capricorn thing, in society. Capricorn wants recognition amongst their peers, okay? So they're definitely someone who would be like middle management, like, this is what I want. I want people to know who I am in the company. Like, they want to get up that corporate ladder, okay? So you want one or all of those things combined in different, proportions or whatever. And that's what's on your mind right now, Cancer, is like, how do I get to be more like that? And again, it could be a specific person who is an earth sign, or at least has like strong earthly attributes within their personality or within their birth chart. And you're just looking, not just looking, but you're definitely observing hardcore. Some of you are actually students, and this is September. So you would be going back to school, whether it's high school or college or graduate school, whatever. Some of you are taking online classes to kind of brush up and sort of amend your CV or your resume. You're really trying to bolster your earthly, how can I say it? Not your earthly possessions, because that's the easy phrase, but your earthly presence. Thank you. Your earthly weight. Like how much clout you have when it comes to those things, your finances, your sexuality, and your ability to be a sexual or sensual being, your ability to be someone who is helpful and a part of society, or helpful to those that are close to you, as well as being an effective and sensible and pragmatic member of society who pulls their weight. They're not just looking to suck off the system. You're really, really focused on all of those things, okay? And if this is not you, but again, I feel it's mostly you, Cancer, if that's not really what is on your head, in the forefront of your mind, then someone like that is very close to you. But I'm going to feel it's mostly all of you, if not all of you, okay? Yep. Because you've been there, you've been in the Ten of Swords, right? Okay, thank you. You've been in the Ten of Swords recently. Recent past, as far as last week, last month, last year, the last 10 years of your life, whatever. You've been in some type of mental anguish. You've been in some type of disarray when it comes to your thoughts, when it comes to your ability to communicate in some cases, when it comes to your ability to find reason and plausibility in a situation or in your life, okay? You've been, some cases, tormented. Could be from external forces. Could be you've been dealing with people that have been volatile towards you, or you've been in situations where it's been quite volatile and intense and lots of drama and just a lot to bear. But the thing that's I like about this card and how it differs from the traditional Rider-Waite is that there's a arc there across this person. Well, in the background of them, sort of. And it's sort of like a glassy or glass-like structure. And this person breaks through. Like their head just busts through that fixture, that glass structure, right? So what does that mean? You're breaking out. You're emerging from this tormented, anguished, stressful, anxiety-ridden, angry, sad, whatever it is, or an amalgamation of all of those emotions and more. You're getting out of that energy. You're moving away from that. That's what you want to do. And in terms of elements, right? Moving from a place that's very focused in your mind, like what you think about what you feel, what you observe, and like I said, you rationalize, you try to find plausibility to what is more grounded in reality, what can be actually accounted for, what can be actually observed through like physical means, okay? It's not, because thoughts can be quite illusionary, right? Or they can be quite ephemeral. They're not always based in reality, our thoughts. But pentacles are the most real of all of the elements. Touch them, taste them, see them, smell them, all of that stuff. You interact with it through your senses. You know, this is a table, these are cards, this is a bracelet. Like, I didn't think those things, it's what they are. I can tell that is what's true. And so you're kind of transitioning from a place where maybe you were kind of plagued with so many thoughts, you know, in some cases like an analysis paralysis sort of thing, or you were feeling stuck because you had so many bombarding thoughts, or you were bombarded with different opinions, okay? So I'm not really getting like what area of life this is hitting in. This could be work, this could be romance, this could be your own personal development, it could be a family dynamic, I'm not sure. But there is this transition, I feel, between where you were and where you are now. Like, this is where you are, this is where you were. And I think what you have... Yeah? Here? I think what you have is someone who's like a companion to you. A friend, a lover, best friend, a family member, whoever. You've got someone next to you, Princess of Cups, again, equivalent to the Page of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite, who's like, sort of like a ride or die for you. Okay, maybe not to that extreme, but someone that you're very close to, like a confidant. You're a friend and a confidant. Okay, Golden Girls, love that show. It's great. And they're your equal, two princesses, right? So this person could be a student as well. So it could be a roommate, could be, you know, a friend of yours that you're returning to school with. You know, oh my God, what classes do you have? I'm taking bio. Oh my God, I hate bio, but I'll take it because I want to hang out with you. You know, it's like that. Like, you guys are bosom buddies. And they are just as, quote unquote, naive, or I shouldn't say naive. Let me erase. Let me erase that. Not naive, but they're just as new and fresh and green to this whole brand new perspectives, right? Because you're a water sign, Cancer. You're not a earth sign. Pentacles is not your wheelhouse. This is your wheelhouse, this person. So they could be a Cancer too, or a Scorpio or a Pisces. They don't have to be. But this person, you connect with them, you... Okay. In the last reading I did for Gemini, I had like a Harry Potter reference. And for some reason my guides are like, you're going to reference a lot of Harry Potter today, Jay. So this person is sort of like, they're kind of a dreamer. They're very imaginative. They're very creative. They are very affectionate or romantic. They speak in loving ways, like they're not afraid to tell you they love you, whether or not you're actually romantically involved or not. Like, this could be your best friend, this could be your cousin, this could be your brother, whoever. And they're like, I love you, man. I love you, girl. And you're like, why are you saying that? Like, we're standing here in the middle of the food court in the mall. Why are you telling me that? I just had to tell you. Like, I'm just trying to get my sandwich. I just want to go and sit down and have lunch. Yeah, but I had to tell you I love you. Like, they just do that regularly or easily. Maybe not regularly, but easily. It just comes to them naturally, right? And you relate to that. And you're like, you know, as a Cancer, whether or not you actually do it, you actually can appreciate that quality in this person. And going back to what the Harry Potter reference was, is like, this person, the reference that they gave me is Luna Lovegood, or isn't that her name? Luna Lovegood? The young girl, the blonde girl with the big eyes, who's just like kind of weird, kind of awkward, kind of like random. Like, Harry and Hermione will be talking about one thing and then she pops in and is like, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, what are you talking about? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about now. And then come to find out, what she mentioned earlier, like 5 chapters ago, comes into play somehow. So like, this person seems like they might be from outer space, or seems like they might be a little ditzy, but actually they have quite an intuitive connection with you or the situation that is concerning, or that concerned you here. This person maybe was like an unofficial therapist for you, or maybe they actually were your therapist, but they were somebody who they know you, and they know the situation that you are coming from quite intimately, and they just have offered you a lot of sympathy, like a shoulder to cry on. You know, you need a place to stay for the weekend because your boyfriend's driving you nuts at home. I got you, girl. I got the futon. Come on over. So they've just been someone who's been really, like I said, a companion for you. And they're your equal. So I'm getting like they're your what do you call that? Your contemporary, your generation. You know, maybe you guys are born a couple years apart. Maybe you're born, like I said, if it's another water sign, maybe you're born like a couple days apart. Maybe this person is a Cancer too. But there's just such a similarity about you two. And this person, I don't think, is really learning anything new, because again, you're learning new things, being the Princess of Pentacles. Them being the Princess of Cups, I don't think they're really learning in their method of learning, or their motivation to learn is different. Like, I think you want to learn a whole new set of skills. You want to learn and understand a whole new perspective, Cancer, and I don't think this person is necessarily learning that right now. I think they're kind of enriching themselves in a different way. And you might, and I feel you're admiring them, or you're looking at them. Maybe you're also learning from them at the same time as you're learning this sort of earthly Pentacles energy. You might also be learning or refining your Cups energy, your water energy. So you might be, pulling double duty. You might be like a dual major in college or something like that. But this person, they've got their own business to take care of. They got the Two of Wands. So I know this is your reading, Cancer, but they have like a nice little line here. The rest is about, well, we'll see. It might be, but okay, thank you. They're like, shut up, we're not talking about that yet. Okay, so Two of Wands. So the Princess of Cups is dealing with a Two of Wands situation. And it does connect to your position as well. So Two of Wands, look at this guy. He's like, first of all, he looks a little bit like Freddie Mercury, right? Just a little bit. Like a Freddie Mercury does ballet or something like that. Anyway, so future-oriented with the Two of Wands. Definitely someone who has dreams and aspirations, and they are also, how can I say it? They have dreams, they have aspirations, and they also have like a work ethic. Like they have something in them that says, you know what? Not only am I going to dream this thing, I'm also going to put in some practical steps, or I'm going to put in some practical work to make it happen. I can dream of being a famous singer all day long, but if I don't, start recording my songs, saving up money so that I can get into a studio, or saving up money so that I can buy my own, recording equipment, and if I'm not uploading to SoundCloud, like this person is like, not only do they think about it and dream about it, they actually implement it, because wands are an action-oriented suit dealing with fire signs. So not to say that this person or you are a fire sign, obviously not, but fire signs are the Leos. Yeah, God, I can't think today. Leos. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Thank you. My gosh, can't think today. Anyway, and there's a dynamic sense about the Two of Wands. Like, I'm looking towards the future and I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get there. And that could be a pitfall for this person or you, or both of you, is that you might be a little eager, like busting at the seams to get to your goal, busting at the seams to see your dreams come true. So there needs to be some sort of like tempered, balanced, calm energy put into the Two of Wands somewhere. And water and fire, Cups and Wands, could be that this person is learning to be more active, this Princess of Cups. They're moving from being dreamy and imagining and just like, looking out the window, daydreaming. Instead of doing all that, it's like, no, I'm actually going to start doing the things that I need to do in order to see what I've imagined become a part of reality, to blossom into reality. And Cancer, you would probably be doing the same thing. Like I said, it does connect with both of you. There's like such a connection between you two. This might be a sister situation or a sibling situation. Maybe some of you are twins. Potentially, because like, yeah. So some of you might be twins. I'm like, why do I have to say that? Siblings is, when I say siblings, there's no reason to say twins, because twins are siblings. They're like, say twins. I'm like, okay, twins. And then I'm like, but there's no twins here. I'm like, just say it. So, in my mind, that's sort of encompassed in the word siblings. Twins are encompassed in that, but I had to say twins. So, someone out there might be a twin. You're welcome. You've been highlighted. So both of you are kind of touching this Two of Wands situation. And like I said earlier, this Princess of Cups, she knows, or he knows, it doesn't have to be a female, but this person knows the Ten of Swords situation. So if they are your sibling, they're your twin, they absolutely know it. But they know it from a very secondary position. Like, you're really the one who was affected by this Cancer the most. And this person, like, just watched you, or, you know, was your sounding board, your shoulder to cry on. And they know other people who are involved. They know how it made you feel. They know how restless it made you feel, how upset you were, blah, 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 blah. But I don't feel that the Princess of Cups really suffered through the Ten of Swords situation as much as you did. So, and in a twin situation, okay, thank you. We're just going to talk about twins for a second. In the twin situation, I don't know if you are a twin, you're aware of this, but for those who aren't, there is this idea that twins are so connected that they often feel each other's pain. They can hear or feel each other's thoughts and emotions without actually having been through the same situation. So if one twin is, let's say, in a horrific accident, traffic accident, and like they break an arm, a twin who's like miles away feels it in their arm or feels it in their opposite limb, whatever it is. So there's this interesting like psionic or psychic connection between twins. And I think that's sort of what's going on here, whether you're a twin or not. This person just has such an innate, intimate, and intuitive understanding of what happened to you in the Ten of Swords, or what caused the Ten of Swords in your life, or what contributed to the Ten of Swords in your life, that they are just, they know it, but they're not like primarily involved, okay? Now, this Ten of Swords situation in your life, Cancer. Is it him? Yes, thank you. That may have been perpetrated by or have significantly involved the King of Wands. Show you upright, as he's not. This deck isn't often used on YouTube from what I've seen. But the King of Wands, again, Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but it doesn't have to be any one of that zodiac or any one of those zodiacs. It's just about the energy. King of Wands in reverse, piece of work. Piece of work. What a douche. This guy or this girl, doesn't have to be a male, but this person is just a douche. My God, so arrogant, so full of themselves, so, you know, just thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread, but my God, you're not. You're just not. Or you might be, but like you're not humble about it. So even if they are an amazing person, an amazing boss, an amazing parent, some of them, this might be your father or your mother or your older sibling or something like that, or an older uncle in your life, whatever. They might be amazing. They might be well-established, well-connected. They might have a wonderful job, wonderful home life, whatever, but they are just not humble about it. They talk a lot. They're full of themselves. They're egotistical, okay? They also demand respect. Like, demand it. So, Cancer, this is like, you know, some people say, or there's that cliche, respect isn't given, it's earned. This person does not believe that. It's like, no, give me my respect. Give it to me right now. I deserve it. Or give me my respect because I am so-and-so to you. I'm your father, so you will respect me. I am your boss, so you will respect me. I'm your professor or your what's that called? Your advisor, your college advisor, or whoever. You will respect me. I'm the president of this company. Respect me. Like, because of how you and I are related due to, you know, family structures or business structures, whatever, you must respect me. Demands it. Okay? And that rubs you the wrong way. Cancer, like, you don't like that. It's very abrasive. This person is very, like, can be quite volatile, can be loud and boisterous, can be somebody who is very demonstrative with their body, could be physically intimidating in some cases. And so, it's just not the most pleasant person to be around. Like, there might be good qualities about this person, or there might be times where you and this person get along, but ultimately, because of this connection here, they have had a hand, at the very least, a hand in the Ten of Swords and how that has affected you. So in the case of this being a boss, maybe they've, run you ragged, piled a bunch of papers onto your desk or sent you a boatload of emails and spreadsheets and told you, well, I guess you're coming in on Saturday. See you later. Bye. I'll be at the golf course. If it's your parents, they've made a lot of demands on you, or they put a lot of pressure on you to make sure that you do well in school, make sure that you have a full-time job, and you're like, oh my God, how am I supposed to work and go to college at the same time? And they're like, in my day, I did it. And blah, blah, blah. And you have to remind them, oh my God, as a millennial, I don't have what you have. I don't have a tuition that's like under 10 grand. I have a tuition that's like 3 times that. And and you could go on and on and on about social politics to your parents, but they are not listening because they're like, in 1974, it was plausible. I don't see a difference between then and now because I'm a jackass and I don't understand economics and I don't understand inflation because it's convenient to my life to not understand those things. You better get out there and get me those straight A's, and you better buckle down on a job and pay your rent. And you're like, oh my God, I can't with this person. I cannot, right? So that's a very specific storyline for some of you, but quite relatable to many people, even if that's not your life, okay? And this King of Wands has just been up your butt, pain in the neck, pain in the butt, all of that. And I think you want to get distance from this person, whether that be physical or temporal, as far as like just not having to spend as much time with them. Like, okay, this might be your boss and maybe you guys have flexi schedules at your job and you're like, look, I can't spend 8 hours with him. I need to spend like 6. So instead of coming in at like 9 a.m., maybe I'll come in at like 6:30. And people are like, oh my God, Cancer, you're working like so early. Look at you being diligent. And you're like, I'm just trying to avoid this dick. Okay. And that would play into the Pentacles position that you're in, or the Princess of Pentacles position, where you are thinking of the ways in which you can change your physical life, your 3D life, your time management, and what your availability is, so that you can get away from this stressful situation and this stressful person, okay? And interestingly, you've got the High Priestess here in the corner, and she's touching this whole thing here. She's touching you, which sounds weird, but she's connecting with you, the Ten of Swords, and the King of Wands in reverse. So the High Priestess, I think, is basically here to tell you, do what you got to do, Cancer. Do what you know you have to do. Like, this card, this energy is about sort of esoteric or metaphysical knowledge, a knowledge and an understanding that kind of isn't held to the bounds of reality and reason and plausibility and what we in our human condition can fathom. Okay, the High Priestess is beyond all of that. She subverts all of that. She transcends all of that. She comes at it from every which way. And I'm saying she simply because of what's on the card. It doesn't mean that the High Priestess, whatever it represents, is female. Anyway, so there's just an unbound knowledge or understanding about the situation that is basically giving validity to all of the positions. What do I mean? Because the High Priestess knows and doesn't ever explain or really give validity, like in an affirming sense or a detectable affirmation. Let's go back. The High Priestess knows, but does not communicate that she knows. She understands the rhyme and the reason, but does not articulate that. So, she, the energy of the High Priestess, knows and understands the Ten of Swords, knows and understands your position, Cancer, as the Princess of Pentacles, and knows and understands the position and the effect of the King of Wands in reverse. And she's here to affirm that all of that interplays for the right reasons, quote unquote, or the greater good in your life's journey. Okay? So, what does that mean? It means the bullshit that you've had to deal with the Ten of Swords, the King of Wands in reverse, and you're having to move into thinking about things more practically, more concretely than you might normally want to, and having to look at other people as an example, studying the ways of earth signs or being closely associated with earth signs, and sort of admiring them and learning their ways, learning the ways, or having the Princess of Cups in your corner who's like supporting you. And all of it is affirmed when when the High Priestess shows up. It's all happening for a reason. It is a reason that the universe, God, whoever, whatever you think, they know. It knows. Therefore, it's what it's supposed to be. All right, so there's just this slightly bittersweet or melancholy confirmation that all the crap that you've been through before, all of the degradation and, sly comments and just arrogant behavior that you've had to, God, I can't talk. That you've had to deal with, thank you. All of it is the way it's supposed to be. There's a certain lesson, perhaps, that you're meant to learn. There's a certain connection that needs to be fortified or solidified between you and another person. There's a certain inspiration that you're meant to connect with or find a foundation for that could only have happened if you suffered, essentially. If you didn't go through the bad situation, if you didn't deal with this jerk over here, if you didn't feel so compelled, like I said, bursting at the seams to get to a different part in your life or a different phase in your life or a different point of view in your life, you would have remained there. You would have never changed. You would still be suffering. This person would still be an arrogant piece of work who drives you crazy. But now, instead of dealing with him for an entire 8 hours, you're going to deal with him for 6 hours a week. And then maybe in a couple of months or whatever, however long, instead of seeing him 5 times a week, maybe you'll only see him 3 times a week, because maybe then you'll be transferred to a different department. Or if this is school, it's 1 semester. Fall semester, or if you're is that tri-semesters? Or quarters or whatever? However long. Maybe this is a professor that you've had before and he was a jerk. You hated working with him or hated going to her class. It doesn't have to be a man, whatever. But you got to do it again because it's a part of your requirements in order for you to get your degree. So you're like, okay, I got to do this lab with Professor so-and-so. Means I got to see this person 4 days out of the week. But, come January, I'll be done. And I will never have to see them again. I'll never have to work with them again. I'll never have to write another paper or anything for this person. It's all meant to be. And the High Priestess is there. What's your outcome for September, Cancer? You have the 6 of Cups. So, nostalgia, right? Feeling a call back to a time before when things were much more peaceful, calm and serene, much happier, feeling more contented, feeling more just warm and fuzzy and comfortable, more than anything, comfortable. It's your wheelhouse, right? Cups. You love cups, Cancer. It's your element of water. And I feel that might be something that you need to keep you going in this situation. Remembering a time before the 10 of Swords when you felt like this, when you felt really connected and in touch with your own energy, your own disposition in life, your own personality, your own likes and dislikes, your own passions and things like that, and possibly in some cases sharing that with another person, whether or not it's the Princess of Cups or not, or someone else. Feeling connected with another person, feeling very connected with who you are as a person, and understanding your lovable side, your empathic and sympathetic side, all of the things that are associated with the Cups suit or the water element, right? I think if you hold this sort of like as a vision in your mind, possibly on a vision board, or, maybe you'll journal, you will need to do something, practice something regularly that keeps this in the forefront of your mind, or keeps this as something to hope for, something to wish for, okay? You need to, like I said, journal, put it on a vision board. Maybe stay in contact with someone. Some of you Cancers, this might be an actual person who is a lover or is a soulmate, as 6 of Cups is one of the soulmate cards. And it does talk about someone from your past. So It could be an ex for some of you, or it could be like a childhood friend. It could be, a cousin of yours that you were close to growing up. And now they go to school where you go to school, or now they moved back home to your hometown and you get to see them more often. And just being around them and reminiscing on old times allows you to forget about that jerk boss of yours who's, blowing up your phone on the weekend. It's like, dude, it's the weekend. Don't text me. And you get to talk to this person and like you're relaxed. You feel at ease. You feel calm, okay? Yeah. Overall energy for the month of September is the Prince of Cups. So here we are, more Cups energy. So you've got a fair amount of Cups energy. So even though you're in this Pentacles position, the Cups are still strong. The force, the force is still strong within you, Cancer. What you naturally know, where your home base, so to speak, is still very much a part of your foundation. You're just changing your outlook a little bit. Now, anyway, overall energy, Prince of Cups. Equivalent to the Knight of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite decks. I think this would be you. I think this would be you. Because very similar to what I just told Gemini, because they had this as their outcome, I think it was. I just did it, but I don't remember. Anyway, somebody who's like a little aloof, a little brooding, a little mysterious, a little sort of like a dark Don Juan, like, what am I thinking? You don't know what I'm thinking. Look at me, I'm in the shadows. Ooh, I'm so mysterious. Like, in a romantic sense, that might be kind of cute, but I'm not really feeling this. Like, this really isn't super romantic. It can apply to your romantic life, but I haven't really felt that. But I think Cancer, this is more about, the Knight of Cups is still like I said to Gemini, is a soft-centered person. Like a Cadbury egg, I believe is what I said. Where, a hardish shell, right? Made of delicious chocolate. But once you get inside those eggs, soft, creamy, velvety, silky, just deliciousness on the inside. But you wouldn't know that. And same as we think of chicken eggs or any type of egg, really. It's a hard shell, and once you crack it, all the soft contents spill out. So, Cancer, I think what this is saying is, this is sort of what you have to portray. You kind of have to put your hard-edged self forward and kind of let the soft side of you remain tucked away, which is, a stereotype of Cancer anyway. You guys are, represented by a crab, or so, we don't like crabs in, like, cuisine because of their hard shell. We're like, give me that soft, tender meat on the inside, Nobody's sitting there like, give me the crab shell. I can't wait to eat it. It's like, no, I want the soft meat on the inside. But I think what the Princess of Cups is saying is you need to fortify your hard shell. You need to make sure that thing is structured and laced with steel, enmeshed with steel. You don't want to crack easily. And this Prince of Cups, again, equivalent to the Knight of Cups, he's shrouded in darkness. So, whereas in the traditional Rider-Waite, he's on horseback, he's out in the open, he's just out, like, on a plane, he's, like, riding across a plain, and there's, like, a river nearby. You can see him. The thing to note in that card is he's wearing armor, like a full set of armor. So that's the equivalent of this dark cavern that this Prince of Cups is in. You can't see him. He's mysterious. You don't really know that he's a soft, ooey gooey guy. You don't know that he's vulnerable. You don't know that he's a sympathetic person, that he's sensitive, that he can be, vulnerable. Can't tell. He's in the dark. And I think that's what you need to do, is you kind of have to play a game of poker, Cancer. You kind of have to play the long game. Maybe specifically with this person, but I think it's more of a circumstance in your life or a certain phase in your life. Like I said, for some of you, this is a school situation or a work situation where, all right, 4 days out of the week, whenever I see this guy or this professor, I gotta act like I have no feelings. I'm a robot. I'm just here about business. But on the inside, you're like, oh my God, please, 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 please don't talk to me. Or please, please, please don't yell at me. Or please, please, please don't, give me more work and don't call on me in class. On the inside, you're like, oh my God, please. But on the outside, you're looking very aloof. You're looking cool as a cucumber. You're looking unaffected. And I think that's sort of what would be the advice for you to help you cope with this is these two cards, okay? All right, Cancer, that is going to be your reading for the month of September. I thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, there's a button down below that looks like that. You go ahead and click it. It lets YouTube know that you like what you saw. Also, feel free to comment on the video, share the video, and of course, subscribe to the channel. All of that would be amazing. YouTube puts these algorithms out here for a reason. If you want to see more from me and you want YouTube to know that, you have to interact some kind of way with the channel or with the videos. Otherwise, YouTube is like, well, I guess nobody liked that. And the reason I mention that is I'm taking the time to mention to all of the signs this month that, I've loved doing this. I only started this back in April for you guys, and I love doing it. I really love doing it. I get so much out of this. It fulfills me in a way that I really didn't expect. And I love hearing from you guys. I love working with you guys. And I just want to see that grow more and more. Not from a greedy standpoint, not from any standpoint other than, for me, tarot and astrology has always been there when things in my life have kind of gotten confusing or gone in a way that I didn't expect or a way that I wasn't prepared for. And it always brings me back to like center or like a nice balance in my life, a nice foundation. And so I've gotten to a point now where I've wanted to, well, not I've wanted to, but I've needed less of that coming into me. Like I've needed to receive that less, and I've been compelled to express it more or to offer it out. So that's kind of what it is. I think many of us in these communities, in these tribes, we understand like there's a give and a take. Like, everyone who produces a tarot reading on YouTube or anywhere else is sort of sharing their knowledge, sharing their experience, sharing their interpretation. And at any point, anyone who watches, anyone who listens, they then can become sort of the teacher. Whether you apply it to yourself only and you begin to teach yourself tarot, or you begin to just apply knowledge to yourself internally and never really express it, you still are teaching yourself. And so I say all of that to really just mean that I'm interested in getting to know more of this community and connecting more with the community of people who like what I do, who find resonance in what I do. And, given the medium, YouTube, that's the way that they do it. So for them, in their calculations, good old YouTube, in order to make that goal of mine happen or to get closer to that goal, gotta have likes, gotta have subscriptions and people sharing the video and people commenting on the video. That shows YouTube through their wonderful calculations and, their wonderful geniuses over there that, hey, this particular channel, this particular content creator is being enjoyed by someone. We should move this person's content up the ladder, so to speak. And that's the only reason. It's not about money, because you don't get anything unless you get like millions of views from YouTube, right? It's really about connection is the bottom line. So if you would like to be connected with me and you want other people to be connected with me, please interact with the video as you see fit. I would appreciate it. And I will be back in about a month's time when I come and I do your readings for October. All right, Cancer? All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.